it wasn't just E3 and Gent-Wevelgem. We've also had the first World Tour Spanish stage race, the Volta a Catalunya, and here are my conclusions from this race. First conclusion is that without Tadej Pogacar, UAE have no clear tactics or leadership strategy. They came into the race with teenage sensation Juan Ayuso and new signings Marc Soler and Joao Almeida as team leaders, and it was sort of every man for themselves, really. Um, you had Ayuso attacking, you had Almeida being dropped, you had Ayuso being dropped, Almeida attacking, Soler doing his own thing as per, and even when Joao Almeida took the win on stage 4, the team didn't rally behind him as easily as some of the other teams or with Pogacar. They were attacking, you had Ayuso attacking on stage 6, you had Soler attacking, and it was just all over the place without Tadej Pogacar. It seems as though it is a case of Pogacar's not here. If I win, I am second in command. It was a very good week for Australian cycling. Michael Matthews took his own first win in a very long time on stage 1. Stage 2, Caden Groves took his first World Tour win in a brilliant sprint, and Ben O'Connor took the first mountaintop finish to La Molina. They tailed off a bit towards the end. Michael Matthews went home ill. O'Connor dropped down the overall after stage 4, but good week for Australia. My third conclusion is with regard to the Ineos Grenadiers raid on stage 6. Seemed a somewhat innocuous stage from Salou to Cambrizel, however you say it. But Ineos clearly had a plan in the morning. Turns out Carapaz went to Brett Lancaster the night before and said he'd got this crazy plan to try and Hail Mary a victory. And boy, did it work. First climb of the day, very early on, Cat 1 climb. Lucas Platt destroyed the field before going home, but he destroyed the field, leaving only himself, Carapaz, and Sergio Higuita with a group that didn't contain Almeida in behind. But it did contain Carlos Rodriguez. Eventually, that group will come back, will be caught by the Almeida group, but for a long time it looked as though Carapaz and Higuita were going to gain 3-4 minutes. In the end, Carapaz took a fantastic stage win. Sergio Higuita took the stage and the overall. But what a raid. I wrote off Carapaz after that second mountaintop finish. I thought he was not looking great with his Giro prep, maybe a bit behind following his bouts of illness. But boy, did he prove me wrong slightly yesterday. My fourth and final conclusion is the sort of arrival of Sergio Higuita, the GC rider. We've seen him in drips and drabs in previous years. He won a stage of the 2019 Vuelta a España. I think it was 2019. Yep, he won a stage of the 2019 Vuelta. He's won in Colombia, and he's won stages in other races as well. But this is his first World Tour stage race win, and with that, Bora look very good and have a very good chance of a podium or better in a Grand Tour in the years to come. Whether it be the Tour de France, whether it be the La Vuelta, Sergio Higuita certainly looks a card that could potentially win a Grand Tour in the future.